On this Labor Day weekend, we have been asked to be a part of a statewide program that's being concerned about not only workers, but about those who don't have work and are under the threat of job loss. It's part of our Labor Day observance to have some sense of what many are facing.
Hello, my name is Georgeanne, and I would like to thank Father Dorsey and you, the members of St. Ursula's, for allowing me the opportunity to read to you a letter I wrote about a man named Billy, a man whose faith got him through some of the darkest days of his life. Billy is my beloved brother. He was loving and generous to his family, friends, and those in need. That love and generosity came easy to him because of the loving friendship he shared with his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Billy was a true believer in the teaching of the Lord that we are our brothers and sisters' keepers. Because of that belief, Billy was a quiet hero to many. In the spring of 2003, Billy went to work to find the news that the company he worked for would be closing. It closed a few days later. No more VCRs to repair, no more job, no more health insurance. He sent out application after application, hoping to find another job that offered a fair wage and health insurance. He went on interviews, but that job was nowhere to be found, especially for a man who had to wear a medic alert bracelet. He tried over and over again to buy a private health insurance plan, but he was denied a plan due to his pre-existing heart condition. Billy found a job delivering pizza. It paid minimum wage, no benefits. Nonetheless, he was thankful for the work. I think Billy suffered a day-to-day heartache on that job, having to see working families struggle to come up with an additional $1 or $2 needed to pay for the pizza they ordered so their children could have their favorite dinner. Billy would say, "Don't worry about it. I'll cover it. And when you have the extra money, you can drop it off at the shop." He knew these folks weren't looking for a handout. All they needed was a helping hand, and he had enough change in his pocket to help them out. Billy would go to the shop to find envelopes, his name written on them. Inside those envelopes was the owed change, along with an extra quarter for a tip. In 2007, Billy collapsed at work. He was taken to a local hospital. It was determined he needed life-saving cardiac care, the same care he received when he had insurance, but this time it was denied him because he was uninsured. On March 6, 2009, Billy went to church to spend his hour at adoration. He knelt on the floor of the altar, praising and thanking God for his blessings and for the job he grew to love. He asked God to bless his family, friends, and those in need. He asked his almighty healer to heal his heart, if it be thy will. On March 7, 2009, Billy left work to go home. He drove 2 blocks, came to a stop sign, put his car in park, and died. The good works he did in the name of the Lord were completed. His heart was healed. He was home, and his everlasting life with his best friend, Jesus Christ, began. I often think back to the conversation I had with Billy. He was disappointed that without money he couldn't have his health. He was disappointed for working families who were now so poor they considered a $12 pizza a luxury. He was disappointed that senior citizens, folks who worked all their lives to make America great, now had to choose between buying their medicine, eating, or paying their gas bill. he turned to me and said, "If I know my Lord, he's not disappointed. He's disgusted with it all." On this Labor Day, I ask you to pray for the millions of Americans who are facing today what my brother faced. Beyond loss of a livelihood, loss of a job can mean loss of dignity, self-respect, and hope. In some cases, loss of a job can be the difference between life and death. I ask you to pray that God blesses our elected officials with his good grace, a grace that will lead them to do what is right for the American people and for all of God's children. May God bless you and keep you. Thank you for listening to me, Georgeanne.